you're going to KFC, Taco Bell, or Pizza Hut, and they hand you a Watto cup that evokes slavery on it.
And gambling.
Cool list, bro. I got one hand in my pocket, and the other one saying, okay, enough. I gave you the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Okay.
Can you say okay in a register high enough that's not audible to anyone over the age of 30? We're looking for more regional okays.
Okay.
Yeah, well.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
It's horrible. Your clues are the opposite of what clues are supposed to do. They're so poorly explained and often so poorly structured that I don't know what you're asking me.
Chris, it's almost like you're playing a game where you have to figure things out. But I will say this. Never have I ever given a helpful hint that did not result in the correct answer.
Usually people are like, what are you talking about? And then you'll just go like, see what I'm saying? And then they say see.
Now that's a pretty helpful hint if you ask me.
You should support the show at plantscum.live. And it goes to me, but it also goes to the people that make the show happen. For instance, Hex, who's pressing play on all like the videos and music, and Bryson. So, Bryson? I don't know. If you did donate a nice amount and you're like, I want the headshot, I'll probably send it to you. And, let me see.
Here's a fact. Miriam is named after a girl that lived down the street from me, and her father got arrested because he stole the 9/11 terrorists their fake passports.
I'm so sorry. What?
You can look him up. His daughter was in school with us.
I'm going to need you to say the whole thing again. Sharpling here has some very nice words for Brent and for the rest of the crew.
Brett.
Thanks, Tim.
Dave is out of the deep pudding.
Oh my God. Does Will know about the pudding? Will,
Only from context. It's the whole thing.
In any event, I am available for guest spots.
Sure.
I will not do Martin Urbano's anti-Semitic rig.
Why not?
No.
Christy, how much money did you win on my show?
I think I won like almost $8. Okay, I am back in the mix on Martin's show.
If this somehow goes in a direction where you quit on the air and do not warn any of us and then get booked on every other show on the network the same night, I'm going to be furious.
Watch out, Warriors.
What could go wrong?
This show is maybe the hardest to leave I've ever been on.
Okay.
Yeah, we love Planet Scum.
When you die, you go to heaven or hell or this show.
I'm going to be the first therapist to tell you exactly what to do.
We are heartbroken. We are confused. Welcome to Robby Hoffman Consulting Group, the last show. Jossie wouldn't miss it for the world. Nini, when we started the show, you didn't even exist. Actually, you existed, but you were in Long Beach on the streets eating McDonald's and whatever you could to stay alive. Can you say goodbye to everybody? Can you say goodbye? Goodbye. Jossie Joe, everybody, is taking her final bow. Okay, give it up. Oh, give it up. Credit where credit is due to Jossie Joe. Thank you. And goodbye. Okay, you know she hasn't been one for the cameras. She doesn't love it. It's not really her thing. She came to give her respects to the show that started it all. The show that has been the flagship show of this godforsaken, made-up, fakakta network, planetscum.live. I am, of course, the face of this network, the most profitable show on this network. And the only show maybe worth watching on this network, though. You be the judge. This is the last show. Unfortunately, some other writing commitments and an acting class have taken priority in my life. And I must devote my attentions to those pursuits. We'll start off the show. First of all, Bryson's got a million. Dot is in the private chat. We have Dot on camera. We have lots of surprises for you this last show. I never quite managed or figured out how to look at the lens, which is, I think, what I'm doing now. I mostly look down. I don't know why. But I never quite got over the humps of figuring that out. Still, we managed to have the best, most relatable show in the business. Robby Hoffman Consulting Group will live on. We are your one-stop shop for everything and all advice, from dating to debt, from finance to friendship to fashion. We do it all here. I bought 2 Tesla stocks this summer and they have almost doubled. And I told you all about the Tesla stock split. Before I get hyped up or aggravated about anything, okay, I don't want to remind you. I don't have to remind you. I know everybody watching here has already contributed. I know if I pulled up whatever bank account in some offshore bank account island that this company's got going on, I would see your donation. I would see your contributions to the show there. I was always hesitant to call these donations because you are not donating anything. We are not in need. We are a community building something. You are contributing to something. This show has and always will be a co-op. We are in this together. Yes, I am the best part of this show. Yes, I am the flagship member of this show and face of this network. But without you, there is no show. So though you are a smaller part of the show than I am, you are still very much a part of the show. That being said, being a part of the show is not nothing. You are investors of this show. We've made that very clear. And you are investing financially, specifically on planetscum.live. These are not small amounts. This isn't a free show. It's not a pay what you can show. It's a pay the most that you can. Say it with me. Pay the most that you can. Another way to support the show is obviously our excellent, perfectly curated line of merch, of which we will have a live review off from our producer extraordinaire, Forrest, who also is responsible for the design of our merch. I am here with you, obviously, with the sweatshirt that started it all. My McGill OG sweatshirt. I am a McGill grad. It's not nothing. I am qualified on all areas to counsel and give advice. We are supporting the show by contributing to the show financially at planetscum.live. And then we are also buying all the merch. I know I've lied about this before. I've said this is the last of the merch. But now it really is. Now it really is. Whoever got your Dyke Vice sweatshirt, mazel tov to you. You have a piece of history. You have a piece of history. The folks who just won the Dyke Vice vintage sweatshirt will be getting their sweatshirt shortly. I lost their address and have just got it back. But beyond that, Zoom is going nowhere. If you want to look like a boss on your Zoom calls, there's only one way to do it. Get yourself the Robby Hoffman Consulting Group mug. You pull up, you sip anything from that. It's a shoo-in. It's a shoo-in. We're all getting the vaccine, except if you live in Florida or wherever you live. This is going to be the summer of 69. Okay, this is the summer of 69. You're going to be 69ing where? On the beach with my towel. The Robby Hoffman Consulting Group towel.
Hey, Robby.
Yes.
Speaking of the towel, viewer Malia, who I believe has been on the show before, sent in this photo.
Look at this! Look at this! Malia's fucking enjoying the shit out of her life with this towel. And by the way, it's a big fucking towel. We really nailed it with this towel. Sometimes you get a beach towel and you're like, it's more of a bath towel. Which I love using a beach towel for the bath because I like to be cozy. But this is, you're on the beach, You go to the beach. You go into the water like some friends had me go. I never go to the beach. And then I go to the beach and they're like, you got to go in the water. You got to go in the water. You're at the beach. So I go in the water. And what happens 2 seconds later? My glasses fall off. Not these ones, Baruch Hashem, but my prescription sunglasses, which isn't nothing. When I got out, I couldn't find my towel. I couldn't see nothing. This towel I would see. You better believe I would be there. Your friends come to meet you on the beach. Look for the red Robby Hoffman Consulting Group towel. They're not going to miss you. Bryson, I forgot to turn on any lights in the facility. I'm going to do that now.
Your lighting is pretty bad. You didn't do the swing back and forth when we were in tech, and the lighting has been a little all over the place.
Okay, I understand. Can you take it? I'm going to turn on the lighting, put the merch up so they see, and get the good towel picture. I want them to see the terry cloth.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Be sure to get your Robby Hoffman Consulting Group merch, which now includes a sticker. Yeah, that's right. We turned that It's Not Nothing shield, the logo that Forrest did. We slapped it on a sticker. And hey, here's the picture that Robby wants you to see. It's of a different kind of towel, and it makes me uncomfortable to show this one because it's not exactly the picture that they show on the website. But this is the picture that Robby likes. But this is the picture from, the company's website.
Okay, I'm back. We are taking all of the calls tonight. Do not embarrass me on my last show. I'll never be back. Now, in hindsight, when I looked at this acting intensive, I realized it's only 2 weeks. It's not a month. Could I have been back in 2 weeks? Sure. Then my writing deadlines piled up. And I didn't really think about it before I did it. But here we are, the last show. I could be back. I also could not be back. I could be back anywhere between 2 weeks to 2 years. We don't know. So help me God if my Thursday spot is given up. That is an act of direct anti-Semitism, sexism, and potentially transphobia. It depends how you look at it. Okay? Not something I'd want to be involved in. Not talking to anyone in particular, Bryson, but not something I'd want to be involved in personally. You are calling the show. We already have the queue stacked. You're staying in the queue. I am getting to you ASAP. You are paying your respects to the show that started it all. In a time of darkness, who was there for you? Robby fucking Hoffman. We got you apartments. We got you deals on your apartments. We got you laid. We got you promotions at fucking work. We got you deals. We gave you home improvement advice. We changed your life. We gave you hat advice. We gave you shoe advice. We gave you animal advice. We adopted the shit out of these pets for you. You're calling in. You're paying your respects. We have some surprise voicemails. I was getting DMs all day, and I'll be posting them. Okay, if you send me a DM, I take it as consent to post them. People thanking me, like the Pope, in a way I am. Okay, maybe I leave this, and maybe the next time you see me, it will be. It will be me as the rabbi, Rav Robby. Okay, the first rabbi of the first ever mega shul, mega synagogue. Would you join that congregation? I bet I'll fucking see you there. Bryson, who do we have on the line?
Well, speaking of adopting animals, we have Sarasota on the line.
Sarasota!
Am I on the air?
You're on the air.
Holy
do we have a picture?
shit.
Do we have anything to do?
We've got all the content, baby.
You want to see this dog?
Shit! Sarasota
She's
called in with tremendous pain. Still dealing chronic pain. A lot of you don't know what this is, and a lot of you don't even get your period. You don't know what having pain is like. Okay? Tremendous pain. And needed it and was blaming herself. And she won a free one-on-one, well, not free through you guys raising this. She won a free one-on-one session with Robby Hoffman. And what do we do for her in that session? We got her an animal support dog, who I believe, and she'll correct me if we're wrong, has changed her life. Sarah, how are you?
Oh my goodness. I am, wow. It's been a lot, Robby. It's been a crazy few months. I'm mostly well, but also not well.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a lot. She's been she's been like the biggest joy of my life, but also has caused such a rift, and it's been very difficult to like navigate and like settle into like this new life. But it's been mostly really good. Her poops are not so hot right now. That's the biggest issue.
Okay, and the family. I'm guessing this is tension with the family not wanting you to have a dog and you wanting the dog.
Oh, Robbie, it's been different. Like my mom, like everybody was on board with it. My godparents graciously offered to pay the adoption fee, and that settled it for everybody. So yeah, everybody's happy. Everybody like our dog. Like it's one in the family. You know, just feels right.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't. Do we get to see Sarah for all that we've done for you here on this show? Is it so much to ask?
Here's the dog.
To see? Are you
Her name is
kidding me?
Riley. Yeah,
Look at this fucking dog. Was that a German Shepherd?
God.
Oh, die.
Yeah, so she's a mix, so we don't know exactly what she is, but
This
definitely
is the
a German
cutest
Shepherd.
dog.
Yeah.
No offense, but you know they have some ugly ass dogs in there, and it's more what's
Oh, yeah.
inside. You know, Sarah, it is what's inside
Oh,
with
yeah.
a dog. You got to get to know the personality. Sometimes you see a dog so off-putting, but then you get to know it, you fall in love with the dog. Now, I was afraid of dogs growing up, so I had to really come on to dogs. That dog's out of like a postcard. Like this is the dog out of a calendar. This is a calendar dog. I mean, you can make a little money on the side if the dog, you know what I mean? Let the dog work for you in multiple ways. Why not? Wow, that's
why
a
not?
great dog.
Yeah, they actually gave, like, so when I went to pick her up, they gave me to her, but that wasn't the dog that I had met in the interview. So I was very surprised when I saw like this really cute dog because the one in the interview wasn't as cute. So I feel like we really lucked out with Riley.
And did you name Riley after that Googie Riley?
So I will say the name was definitely a big challenge. The Discord helped and also did not help at all in deciding the name. I did throw your name out there.
I don't want to be named after a dog. I don't want to be named after a dog. I'm happy Riley got it. I take that as an insult. Thank you very much.
I'm
Okay.
so sorry.
In the Holocaust, Sarah, I don't know if you know this, but they
no.
compared Jews. They used to call us Untermenschen. What does Untermenschen mean? Below Unter, German, mention people, below people. Who did they think was below people? Animals, vermin, insects. So no, Jews don't like to be named after dogs. And Riley, I think, actually is Jewish, and this is shameful, but the dog is already with us. And I don't know that dogs are even below people. We're all kind of doing a different thing. I don't know that it's loud. I don't know that it can be a hierarchy. Sarah?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Listen, it's not your fault. Not a lot of people know this, but obviously we have inherited trauma. It's Holocaust Memorial Day after all today. It so happens. Happy Holocaust Memorial Day, everybody.
Yom HaShoah.
Yom HaShoah. Rest in peace. 6 million. Horrific. And actually 10 million died. A lot of people do not know this too. 6 million Jews. And then 4 million people, gypsy, disabled, gay, queer, special needs. They weren't having anything. Okay? It wasn't a good time for anybody. So listen, I love the dog. I love the name. It triggered something for me here on Yom HaShoah. Not your fault. This dog, Riley, is perfect. And in fact, I do think, shout out to Riley, but I do think Riley is more of a dog's name. I know we probably have a lot of Rileys, but Riley feels like a dog's name to me. This looks like a Riley. Doesn't this look like a Riley?
Yeah. It was either going to be Riley or Sammy. We were debating between those two.
I love this. I love your dog.
Thank you,
is,
Robbie.
Sarah, I'm so happy we were able to talk this out and work something out, because even when you called me, you're like, oh, you were doing bad, we're doing okay. I'm doing sometimes good, I'm doing sometimes bad. You were only doing bad. You didn't have sometimes okay. So this is a big step up. I thank you so much for being a caller, sharing your personal with us. It helped make the show better. You're always a part of the show. Go get your towel. Go get your mug. I hope you already have the sweatshirt. Thank you so much, Sarah. And I'll see you on the other side, maybe at the Mega Synagogue, whatever we do next. Thank you for being a fan.
Thank you, Robbie. All the best.
Thank you. Bryson, we will do another call. I just want to add that on the merch site, we have added a sticker for those of you financially not doing the pandemic unemployment insurance that Biden has just announced. Get on it if you qualify. You know, I'm always here giving you tax tips and help during the pandemic. Biden has already just announced that he's doing another, I think, 30 weeks of pandemic unemployment insurance for those of you not employed. I read that today. Get on that. Do whatever it takes to apply. Wait on hold. Whatever it is. Get your money. It's yours. It is yours. $4.99. We are selling stickers. They're fantastic. They are Forrest's logo. It's our take on. It's our reclaiming of the McGill logo. You can put it on the back of your laptop. Okay, you can put it on your car. You can put it on the fridge. You can put it anywhere you want to feel good and inspired. What I love about the sticker, if you can bring it up, Bryson, it actually has the inscription of "It's not nothing" in our scroll. This is my Torah scroll. When you come with me next in the next 2 years, I hope to open my mega synagogue. You will see our Torah will be inscribed with "It's not nothing." Of course, it's the Torah. It's really not nothing. Bryson, who do we have on the line?
We have LG from Rhode Island.
LG from Rhode Island gets a song. I got a special for tonight. Buddy Kevin gave me a Sapporo. Okay, they're doing. Is this a Japanese beer? I believe. Right? Somebody in the comments who knows. But they do a very light beer over there, so I really enjoy that. LG, how are you? Thank you for calling into the show to pay your respects.
I will pour out some of my Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee to you.
Oh, thank you so much. How can we help you? What do you have to say? The floor is yours for whatever it may be.
I just wanted to say thank you and congratulations, and thank you to everybody behind the scenes that is very cool and very patient. And I hope that you come back. I hope that you come back for the road to 10K. I hope that this community backs you the fuck up. I want you to know that if any of these Planet Scum other folks are anti-Semitic or homophobic or transphobic, we've got your back.
Thank you so much.
In a loving, supportive, respectful
You'll watch
way.
out for that Thursday spot then, because that's what my eye is on. That's a clear act. You know, some people say it's like subtle. Anti-Semitism, racism can be very subtle, and I agree. But this would be a direct, obvious action. So it's happy that, you know, I feel good knowing that you guys are on the ground there. I also didn't plug in my computer, which I'll do now, but continue on.
Well, you know what? We'll have to just consider the Thursday night spot to be a placeholder for you and hope that things work out. I did want to say that not all the contributions ending in 69 cents are mine, but I have only contributed in amounts ending in 69 cents because you said you wanted to make it hard for Gethard to add up. And I have for a year kept that promise. It's not been a lot, but it's all ended in 69 cents.
It would be great. 69 is still the funniest thing that ever was. And I hate when people don't think things like this are funny. My brother lives in Regina, Saskatchewan. They could pronounce it Regina. They easily, everywhere else it's Regina. Now you go to Regina and nobody makes the joke. No, I'm not. Listen, I have a sophisticated sense of humor. I can understand. Gethard had an HBO special that didn't have a lot of laughs in it. I can understand that this is still comedy. But Regina is the funniest thing alive. You could have gone with Regina, but we're going, no, vagina with a G. That's what we're doing. So I appreciate the 69. I think it would be great if we raised like $1,000 tonight, $1,000.69 to help out everybody who helps us here, bring us here, you know, every week. Let's get them up here. Bryson, I so agree with you. Bryson, my arch enemy, wearing and supporting my
arch enemy.
This is my enemy. No, but this is on the show. We have to have the producer.
Yeah.
The artist always wants this. The producer says no. The artist always wants this. The producer says no. Yet we're so supportive of each other. Look at him in my sweatshirt. Looking fucking good too, because he knows he's got a setup coming later in the show, which you guys are going to be privy to only later.
What do I have?
And we got Forrest. Shout out to fucking Forrest, who's coming back on the show also, because we're going to be doing a product review. Some of the merch. Forrest is on top of it. There he is. We got fucking Emily. We got Emily. You better believe we got Emily, who gives me compliments after every show when I'm going, hey, was I too aggressive? Was I too judgmental? Did I yell enough? And Emily goes, you didn't yell enough. You didn't yell enough. So fucking shout out to Emily. And shout out to, of course, number one OG, Jess. Look at fucking Jess. Through moves, through everything is in here.
Mm-hmm.
All the merch advice, all the merch reviews. Looking good as shit too. And thank God for Jess, because you know the sexism is rampant behind the stage. What Jess and I are fighting is an uphill battle. You can imagine with Geth paying me late in the whole bit. I don't know when they get paid. Thank you guys so much. We are following me on Robby Hoffman on Instagram. Bryson put together this scroll. Okay, this will be the last episode also I put on YouTube. Bryson, if we can get me and the screen and all of my links. It is worth mentioning that I haven't been putting on YouTube, but we will be expanding the YouTube in the event that I am back. So follow me now on YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell button so you know when I'm back. Robby Hoffman on YouTube. It's Robby Hoffman 1 technically. I don't know what I did when I set it up. Bryson didn't help me. He didn't help me, so now I got a 1 there. But basically, if you just look up Robby Hoffman on YouTube, you see me right there. This episode will be up for our Australian viewers tomorrow. We will have this up for you. We are following me on Twitter where I continue to have semi-viral / viral tweets. I am Robby Hoffman. People are loving my Twitter content. I throw up a quick quip and I'm out. Robby Hoffman on Instagram. I'm planning on dropping a lot of fit pics. Okay, I'm going to be letting you know, by example, how to dress. If you look like me, you don't fit into something necessarily, you might want to know how to dress. Well, I'm going to be doing some very simple looks for you. Robby Hoffman on Instagram. The road to 10K, she was right, is a very much alive and well. LG, thank you so much for reminding us of all that. LG, if we lost LG.
Good luck.
Okay, was that good luck? Was that good luck? Guys, we have a couple spots in the queue. I think LG is frozen right now. We have a couple spots in the queue. 802-427-7286. If you are not calling in to say thank you, it's more on you than it is on us here at the show. I don't care if you're stage fright. I don't care if you're high. I don't care what it is. You're calling in 802-427-7286 to pay your respects. Speaking of, this could also be called the Thank You, Chris Gethard Show. How's that? You don't think I could have called this episode the Thank You, Chris Gethard Show? No, but it goes to his head right away. This is what happens with men. They help a woman out, and that's it. They think they're done. I don't want them to get complacent about that. Okay? And we help ourselves out. We help ourselves out, but I want to tell you about the kind of guy that Gethard is. If I may, for a second. As you know, I submitted one of the greatest packets the world has ever known to a late night show. 1 billion packets were sent in. Gethard read them all because he's OCD, and he loved mine the best. Looking for a woman hire. Thought I was a guy and was going to scrap the woman hire for a guy. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Found out who I was. Got me in an interview. Obviously, I did all that. I nailed that. Okay? I did that. I submitted this. I got in. I got my first U.S. job, and that's what happened there. But what he did do after, he didn't have to do. Okay, I did all the work to get him there, and it was a click, and I was an asset to a show, and I come on. From the day I started on that show, all I did was complain about the snacks, pitch to replace the host and other people. But what did Gethard do? Gethard came in to my office or where we work, shared an office. Shout out to Nicole Dressel. Very camera shy. Will Miles, shout out to Will Miles, very successful writer. Writes on everything. What? A little show you heard Blackish. It's not nothing. Gethard came in maybe second week, third week of the show. Okay? And he goes to me, you know who would love you? Judd Apatow. I said, huh? That's not a nothing name. Gets out his phone. Text Judd. Text Judd. I'm like, you're texting Judd? I come from Toronto. I'm going, what? You're texting Judd? No, texting Judd now. Would love to meet you. Would love to meet you. Okay, that's not nothing. He's texting the dude live. I had a meeting with Judd Apatow's production company while there were forest fires in California. And Judd's wife was bringing suitcases to the production company office because they had to clear out because they live in a nice place. Only nice houses were affected by the fires, which I think is Hashem's way of telling us, let's cool it. Let's cool it. You know, how big these waterfront properties are getting. Now the meeting went nowhere. But that's how a lot of meetings are. It's just forming connections. It went nowhere now, but it doesn't mean it went nowhere. It went, let's continue this relationship. He connected me. He was a connector, and he continues to connect me. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do that. I've taken a lot of great meetings since. I've taken, that was one of many great meetings that I take, and a lot of people connect me, and there's a whole team behind it and the whole bit. And we're working on some really cool stuff now. But you got to remember to pay your respects. Okay, we live in a world where you're too cool to pay your respects. Not me. That's not the world I come from. I pay my respects when respects are due. And I know when I did something, and I know when I pay my own respects to me. Gethard asked me to be, to open for him. He paid me late, but he still had me open for him. We've had a lot of good times. Then when the pandemic happened and he set up this infrastructure, he set it up. Bryson, he got good people together. He connected. He set this whole thing up. I called into his show and I monopolized his show. It is what it is. That's what I do. Okay, one of the things I do that's not always great is I monopolize a talk show, but that's what I love to do is talk. Don't have me on if you don't want me to talk. I talk. It's what I love to do. And people called in for me. People organically wanted to call in. They wanted advice from me. Okay? Patrick Kottner over here. I changed his whole life, Patrick Kottner's. You guys see me? If Bryson could bring up the video, me, I'm the sixth Queer Eye. If Queer Eye people are listening right now, Netflix, don't be a coward. Hire your sixth Queer Eye. It's me. It's me. It's Robby Hoffman. We can do it. A to Z. You can replace all 5 Queer Eyes with just me. I can do all of it. We'll make a meal. I can make a meal. We changed Patrick's life. We took him shopping. We helped him with his house. We gave away some toys to some kids in need. Okay. Pandemic happened. Gethard set up this network. It wasn't a network till I got it. He had his own show. I overtook one show, and he said, why don't you do your own show? I said, sure, but complained the whole time, the whole way. I said, I don't know. And I had Bryson, and then we expanded the team to Jess and Forrest, and they only made it better. And it gave me a distraction. Stand-up ended, everything ended. We were here every week. This was a great commitment for me to have every week. I thought I would do it 2 weeks. I thought I would do it 3 months. I remember when this pandemic was 2 weeks. 3 months. I didn't think I'd be talking to you guys a year later. Fuck that. But now things are starting to let up just a little bit, and I don't want to get over, I don't want to be overconfident about that. I still want us to be safe. But work is starting to regenerate a little bit. And for me, I'm getting real busy again. And it was a slowly but surely, you guys, you almost distracted me from the slow process of it all coming back together again. So shout out to Chris Gethard for liking my stuff and doing the right thing with that. Doing the right thing with that. You guys are blessed to have had this show. I could have been back in 2 weeks. I was dramatic, it's true. But now I'm ending it, and it is what it is. It is what it is. Too many deadlines. I can't keep it, that was it. There was a while where I was just doing this show, a couple months, just kind of staying low. We were in quarantine, we were in lockdown, we couldn't go anywhere. But now I'm feeling what we're all feeling. And so we'll see you back in another reiteration, whether it's on television, whether it's at my mega synagogue. We will figure it out. Bryson, who do we have next on the line?
Well, we were talking about people whose lives you changed. I don't have him on phone call at all, but I do want to mention Andrew Tabb sent in a photo of him and his clock.
That clock. We auctioned off the clock my mother gave me when I graduated McGill. Am I a sick person? Andrew Tabbs and I have an agreement, and if you're in the chat, Andrew, agree to this. When I have my own office on the studio lot for my talk show, for my show, you will sell me back that clock. Do we agree, Andrew Tabbs? Do we agree? I am waiting. Yes, absolutely. I'm screenshotting. Yes, absolutely. Okay, we have a deal. So Andrew Tabbs and I will meet again very shortly. I'll be buying back the clock for $100, whatever it was. And Andrew's got a job, whatever he wants. He's got a meeting with me, and he'll blow it out of the park because he's blown being a guest on this show out of the park. So of course we're going to find him something. Speaking of, I think I'm ready for my dot call for the next call.
All right, let's go to it.
The dot call. Dot!
Yay.
Fucking Dot is with us. Having a L'chaim as well. L'chaim Dot.
L'chaim. I have to do my cultural cheers.
Oh, yes.
To yours.
I can't wait to go to Chicago and go out with you and do it up.
Yeah, the weird thing is this show has kind of been like us becoming friends also.
Yeah, it's really Dot started off as a caller, and I just imposed more and more on Dot. Yeah. Because Dot was you just go with the flow. You just if it's happening, it's happening. Dot just takes an opportunity, she's doing it. And Dot's been getting these promotions every time we spoke to Dot at work, it was another promotion at work. She was also just in every part of her life, just saying yes. Dot is a yes, you know what I mean? It's just yes and.
I was thinking about it, and I think one of the first times we ever talked, I was like, I don't know, man. I think I should shave my beard. And then flash forward a year later, and a year of estrogen. What's that?
Yeah, because you were asking me, it was a pretty controversial question because not everybody would answer that. I think it's very personal, and it's everybody's different. But you asking me to for more feminine, if you could keep your beard. And I was just honest about it. And then since it's maybe made, sometimes when we make even small physical change, it could really domino into a confidence we didn't know about. Sometimes like the first time I bought pants in the men's section, I'm like, oh. And then I slowly I never bought pants in the women's section. I just though I can't fit into all pants in the men's section, it has to be for me, it's you know what I mean? I just can't go back, even though I was doing that middle for a while, but it took a small thing like that, just buying one pair of pants to totally change how I buy clothing, truly. Yeah. And I think we saw you now you're a year on HRT and we've just seen you buy dresses and fucking different hair, just fucking bloom, truly. Literally bloom before our eyes. Shout out to fucking Dot.
Whoop whoop! A girl took me on a church roof recently. I'm out here having magical experiences. Life is good. Well.
Wait, it's going well. Dot, you keep dropping
going well.
these seeds, these
Yeah.
nuggets. I'm not allowed to talk about, but you're allowed to tease us? You're
Yeah.
holding this over me?
Like, Robbie, you've DM'd me about it. You know the
You DM'd me.
information.
Yeah, but I'm not allowed to say it. You're DMing me like holding a carrot over me.
All right. I like to colorfully allude to my romantic life without giving people details.
It's out of control. All we know is that Dot is blooming in every way, shape, or form and potentially falling in love, which is the greatest drug of all time. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, Dot's got the art. Look at this art. I drew this. Dot bought OG Robby Hoffman artwork. I was 17 years old when this nude model walked in and horrified me at first because I'd never seen that. Imagine an older man when you're 17.
Yeah.
For me, I grew up in a pretty segregated women and men and the whole bit. Never, let alone old. You see young guys, you know, I was 17. You're seeing Abercrombie. You're seeing whatever the hell they're throwing at us. And I just went into it and I enjoyed doing art so much. And Dot has a piece of that history.
Yeah, a piece of that history that has existed in every Zoom call that I have done over this entire year.
I've never seen it because you know what Bryson doesn't do? Oh, in your Zoom calls.
Yeah, in my Zoom call.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, no one has ever remarked upon it. I just think it's really funny to have it in the background.
I think it's fucking brilliant. Bryson, this is the first time he's putting you full screen on for me. Ugh. I won't miss yelling at Bryson, believe you me.
Mm.
I have other fish.
I kind of will miss you yelling at Bryson.
Well, maybe he'll come to the synagogue. He'll have to convert. I thought he was Jewish this whole time.
Honestly, Robbie, as much as it will kill my grandmother for me to leave Catholicism, if you make a mega synagogue, I would convert.
We have a congregant! We have ourselves a congregant! I'm down to convert. Look at this!
Wow, I've broken the floodgates.
We're converting. It's a very chill Judaism. It's basically like this show. That's what we believe. That's what we believe. Also down to convert. Look at this.
Wow.
Look at this. I'm in. People are converting to Judaism. We've never had numbers like this. We've never had numbers like this. And we just lost 6 million. Today we're remembering that. Look, we're building them up again. My partner will also be pleased. I'm also converting. Wait, right. I am Jewish. My Jeff is Jewish. I'm down. Guys, I might have to come back for the synagogue.
Okay, so now that
do the synagogue, we might have to come back for show. We'll come back on high holidays. I mean, I'll have to work something out. Bryson's not going to be happy. He doesn't like last minute. He's like, you keep the show last minute.
Yeah.
Last minute. It's not like I'm telling everybody. When can I tell people?
I'd like to note that I was the one who had to text Bryson to say, "Hey, I'm willing to come on the stream tonight," even though we texted about it several days ago.
Yeah, I told him that Dot's going to do it.
Oh yeah, he claimed that you didn't.
Listen, I don't know whether I did or didn't. You know, it's not important to do, like, you know, we're getting into semantics, we're getting into the details. It's more about the big picture. Dot, will you take a call with me?
One last time?
Call. Yes.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay.
I didn't think I was going to get emotional, but that did make me emotional.
I know, I'm almost getting emotional, too. This has been a year of doing this. I thought it would be 3 months. I never wanted to do anything this long. That's just not, like, I never wanted to do anything, but you guys kept me coming back. This is wild. Bryson, I hope there's a way to save all of these comments. I've been asking since day one. And if there's ever a show, it's this one. I've almost asked for nothing.
He hasn't asked for one thing.
Okay, I've
ever,
almost
Bryson.
asked for nothing, but I would love to see everybody's goodbyes, if that's okay with you, Bryson.
If you watch it on Twitch within 14 days, you'll see all the comments, but Twitch has no way to keep the comments. Sadly.
You see this Twitch silencing women? It's like since day one, it's been an uphill battle, Dot, and you've seen it. They've been silencing me since day one.
Terrible.
Bryson, is there a way for us to screenshot photos on the Twitch thing if I watch?
Yeah.
Nice. And will it play exactly as big as this is or not?
You could full screen it, yeah.
If there's somebody who's watching in the chat who can screenshot all the comments in different and send them to me, we'll get you a beach towel. I'll get you a beach towel or something like that. I'll get you any of the merch that you want.
This is a pretty good deal.
Okay, if you want a beach towel for whoever, and you don't have to get each individual, you can take a screenshot, again, go to the rest, get a bunch in once, and we will post them. Okay, somebody's doing it. Who's that?
Codename Rando.
Codename Rando, thank you. You will get a beach towel. Please DM me on Instagram, Bryson, get the scroll up. Your address for the towel. And that's also where you can send me all of the photos. You can also email them to Bryson through the Discord, and he can send them to me. That might be easier than, I don't know how Instagram receives photos all the time. It might be easier for me. Yes, it's easier for me. I need to hear you giggling in the background.
Yeah.
When I'm doing my last dot call, it's very emotional for us. It's supposed to be alone.
Yeah. Let women be alone, Bryson.
A safe space.
God.
Dot, I fucking love you. You've
Love
been
you
from
too, bud.
day one. We've gotten into it. We haven't always agreed, which is what I love about the dot call. We always come out at different. And again, there's no wrong. There's just good advice. There's just good. And you have to make your choice, knowing all the information. Let's take one last call together.
All right.
Who do we have on the line?
All right, we have Malia from Orlando.
Malia from Orlando. How are you? How are you?
I'm gonna start crying. Oh my god. I mean, I'm okay. I'm very emotional, and now that I have the last dot call, like I really
The last dot
Oh
call.
god.
It's crazy.
I'm gonna be so sad.
Malia, can you be
Oh,
honest with me?
no.
This is the best show on this godforsaken network.
Absolutely. Yeah, no
you.
hesitation.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like I don't have a ton to say tonight because I know everyone wants to call and say goodbye, but I just wanted to say thanks to you and now Dot here and just everybody in the chat. This show has meant so much to me the past year. I have my hoodie, I have my towel, I have my Robby Hoffman corporate card that I do still carry in my wallet. So
That's a one of a kind piece.
it's
You all have this. Wow.
It is.
Wow. Wow.
I love my corporate card, and it's just so much has happened this year, and I have gotten into a relationship and out of a relationship, and the show
Right.
has been such a nice constant that whole time, and I just have so much love for everyone here, and I just wanted to call and say goodbye.
Malia, I adore you. I thank you for sharing your stories with us throughout the year. I thank you for sharing your journey and helping me guide you through it. I do hope that you will join me, whatever is next, whether it's a television or my congregation. We hope to see you there. Oh, Malia, thank you so much. Guys, we have
Thank
a
you,
bunch of...
Robbie. Bye, Dot. Bye, Robbie.
Bye, Dot. Dot, will you stay around for one more dot call?
Okay, yeah.
We're doing a bonus dot call.
We're doing a bonus dot call after Dot goes and gets another beer.
Okay, Dot's getting another beer. In the meantime, put me back, Bryce. Let's play. I have a voice memo. Somebody sent a voice memo. I've just been informed. We have an update from a caller, a voice memo.
All right, Robbie, let me know if you can hear this.
Hello, this is Jake Roger, and I want to say thank you to the Robby Hoffman Consulting Group, aka Dyke Vice, for all the help that it has given me in, with a bullet, what has been the worst year of my life. Just namely off of getting my heart broken for the first time and having that happen during a pandemic and my life going away because of comedy, my world's comedy, and almost dying from appendicitis and then not being able to afford healthcare bill, which came after because the American healthcare system is still severely broken. Through the Robby Hoffman Consulting Group community, I was able to find financial assistance for that bill, and
medical bill.
The community itself and Robby have given me enough support and space for a road to peace, where I actually just got called by this girl who so cruelly broke my heart. And I now have peace, and I now have closure. And I think she very much still cares about me. And I don't think it's the last time we're going to talk. But I'm not waiting around for that. I'm healed. I'm more sure. I actually do love myself, guys. And
I love Jake.
I don't know what other better testimonial to give to the Robby Hoffman Consulting Group than that. I mean, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And best wishes to Robby, Planet Scum, and the whole community here. Thank you for seeing me, cheering me on, and everything. Everyone here is the best.
Can you even deal with the help? Did you hear that, Dot?
Wow. There was like a twist. That was a rich story of a call.
Jake, I cannot thank you enough for being so vulnerable. Without the callers, without you guys sharing what you were going through, what are we giving advice on? Jake went through tremendous pain this year, like we all did in many ways, but on top of it, a heartbreak. That medical bill, which we negotiated down, because you guys weren't negotiating medical bills, which I've been trying to drill into you. And
I
you
didn't know about that.
And he made it possible. He got like $1 billion. That was it. He called, and that was it. You're negotiating rent. You're negotiating medical bills. I don't want to hear it anymore. I never want to hear that you're not negotiating rent and you're not negotiating medical bills. Truly. Even if they tell you there's 1 million tenants who applied, say, can I do 1,100? Believe me, not all of them are qualified. They'd rather a good tenant who's good for the money than somebody who bounces after 2 months, okay? Jake, what an update. Loves himself. That's all we can ask. Right off of Dot coming here telling us she's a year later and loving herself. And Jake is telling me he's a year later tuning in once a week. And now he loves himself better. And talking through heartbreak and talking through, medical traumas. And we're better a year later. This works. Ellen is pitching how nice she is. Helping, giving away money, trying to band-aid solutions. And I'm here, and people are saying I'm aggressive. But who's the nicest of them all? Yours fucking truly. Nice doesn't just sound one way. It can sound like this too. Helpful can sound like this too. Remember tough love? It exists for real. Dot, let's take one last dot call. Bryson, give us the dot call melody one last time.
We have Alice from Los Angeles.
I wish he did the dot call thing as I just requested.
Yeah, what the fuck, Bryson? That was a perfect tee up.
I set him up.
It was a great tee
You
up.
saw that I set him up, and then he just didn't do it. There's no reason. There's no reason. This is why I is it anti-Semitic? It must be. There's no.
Yeah. Where are your instincts?
The dot call.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Here we are.
Hello.
Alice!
Yeah, I'm yes. I'm like a trans lady, and
what's up?
I'm dealing with the fact that the hair on the top of my head is falling out, and I don't know, what to do. It's kind of complicated. I don't really want to get into it, but, I don't really think I can wear a hat because I'm got a big head, and, I was thinking about maybe starting to wear wigs, but, especially when I have to go back to an office, that might be weird. I don't know. What do y'all think?
I think you can wear wigs.
Take it. Yeah, Dot.
Yeah, dude, I know tons of girls who wear wigs in their daily lives. They look fine, and so you get a quality wig. And hats are more like, I think we've covered on this show that like hats are more of a state of mind. Doesn't matter how big your head is. Like,
yeah, I am not a hat girl.
Yeah. Also, hair. I do not want to be a person who is like get on HRT if that is not a thing for you. That is completely understandable, but it does help with hair loss.
Oh yeah, no, it's complicated. I can't do HRT, but
okay, yeah.
So I'm looking for alternatives.
Okay. Yeah, I think you can definitely do a wig.
Really tall.
You're very tall.
Yeah. Also, kind of like I'm 6 tall. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe no one will see. Like it's not egregious, but it's starting to get worse. So.
I think that anything that you do for your appearance you got to think of it like more for you than other people. Like you're the one who wants, like you're looking nice for you and how you feel confident. You can I definitely think you can just get yourself like a nice wig in a cute style, like and wear it daily. I don't think anybody would give a shit if you wore a wig.
No, Wendy Williams wears a wig every day.
Yeah.
And
plenty of people wear wigs. Cis women wear wigs all the time.
There's a lot of cis women who wear wigs and hair pieces and all that stuff. It's actually pretty not taboo. People talk about it all the time. Not to throw Natalie under, but I have friends who who they'll just pull out a chunk, what looks like to me a chunk of their hair, but it's actually a hair piece or whatever it is. But hair has really had a blow up moment. And I really just don't think it's even a thing. I think you're overthinking it because it's an insecurity you have. And so that's what we do with insecurities that we have is like we overthink it. Like I think about my hips or I think about whatever. Like nobody is really thinking about it as much as we are. But know that it's not like a taboo thing in with cis women at all. And a lot of them wear wigs all the time. So or hair pieces or whatever, you might want to mix your natural hair with, supplementary or whatever it is. There's also lots of things because something I think like, I don't think I would ever go on HRT, but whenever I do think about it, because I want to like bulk up or something like that and fix like my insecurities that I have, like hips and things like that. And I'm always on a journey. I don't know if ever anything, right now I'm fine, but I just don't know what the future holds for me. We're always growing and evolving, but it's like, I do worry about hair loss. And I've actually randomly thought about this I've thought about it. I was like, oh, if you go on HRT or T for what I would be doing, not that I'm doing it, calm down. Hair loss would be something to think about, but I already wear a hat so many times that I've already been like, well, maybe not as much an issue for me, but I would definitely do something, I would be comfortable wearing hats for a while in like a dykey way or whatever, butch way. But you can also do, depending your income or saving up or whatever, there's also like transplants now that are really good. There's tattooing. There's like a bunch of like more permanent. If that's something that bothers you, like waking up and having to do something like, that's not attached to you, I understand those like nuanced complexities. But there's a lot of really good advancements with stuff. But in the meantime, if that was something that you really wanted to investigate, since you're not doing, you can't do HRT, you might feel better doing some of those things. So there's a lot of hair advancements, I would say. And it's not just trans women. A lot of cis men do not talk about this, but hair loss among cis men is a really big insecurity for a lot of men. And that's why we've had such great advancements for hair stuff, because men will, they get to just do it. It's like, I don't know who said it, like Gloria Steinem or Ruth Bader Ginsburg or something. I think it was Ruth Bader Ginsburg who said if men could have babies, there'd be abortions in an ATM. Because that's how men figure it out. So cis men deal with this a lot, so there's been a lot of advancements. You can look in both medically, like permanent transplants, or wigs, partial wigs, hair, like tons of things.
Thank you
Also,
so much, both of you. It's really an honor to call in on the last show.
Oh my God,
yeah.
not at all. Oh, Dot had an also thought.
Also, just gonna throw this out there, but I think shaved head transfer would be such a badass look.
Yep.
I think you could, I'm honestly vaguely thinking about my own head shape and if I could pull off shaved head transfer now. Anyway, thanks for calling.
Oh, thank you so much for calling. And you're gonna look great. And it's mostly you who's being hard on yourself. We're into what you look like. So just know that. Okay, thank you for calling. Dot.
Thank you so much.
Not at all, Alice. Dot. I don't want to even say goodbye. I'm not saying goodbye because now we're friends. Like we're IRL, so whatever. I just almost want to hang up on you, but that's rude. But I want to just like a quick, I love you. Thank you. Thank you. We will meet again. You're converting. This is very good to know because we'll have like a whole clergy, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's head rabbis, there's assistant rabbis. There's like a lot of work that needs to be done in a congregation. If we happen to open this, if we open it, it might be a virtual congregation to start. I don't want to alarm Bryson. He wants like a big heads up on any new shows I ever do. It's like really crazy, but you will be involved. Shout out, give it up in the comments like crazy to Pocket Dyke Dot. Thank you, Dot. Oh, this is getting emotional. Whoever is in the queue is in the queue. We will be taking those calls. Thank you. Right now, I want to go to somebody who's made this all possible. Okay, somebody who's helped us, who got the logos off the ground, who helped me transition shows from Dykeweiss to Robby Hoffman Consulting Group, a broader appeal. Give it up for Forrest.
Hello, Robby.
Forrest, my main man. Look at this. Forrest repping hard. You got the Dykeweiss OG vintage sweatshirt on. Let's see that. Look at that. Look at that. Behind you, we got a product review. What is that? The fucking towel?
Yeah, it's the towel. It's the greatest beach towel I've ever had.
Oh
and
my God. It's
logo.
Reversible. White on one side.
Mm-hmm. White on one side. Nice texture. It has a real nice texture on the back. And then on the front, it's slick. You get the logo, which reads very well. And as you said, you're never going to lose your towel if you have the Robby Hoffman Consulting Group towel.
Wow. Wow, that is unbelievable. I love that it has the good texture on the side that you dry yourself. I know it's a small thing, but sometimes on these printed towels or beach towels, it's like it's like sliding a little bit off of you. You can't really feel the terry cloth. That they kept one side completely just a towel is when you get out at the beach. That's such a good feeling.
Oh, yeah.
That's such a good feeling. You dust it off with the sand, you wipe it. Also, I love using a beach towel. My home life is a regular towel because I like a big towel to just take my, cover as much as possible to get cozy. This is the perfect towel for that.
It's a big towel.
God.
It's a big towel.
My God. So how much is that towel? That's a huge towel. $24.99. That's it.
Yeah, I think so. Let me double check how much that is.
Guys, you can bundle this. If you're just thinking of, you could throw on a sticker. Once you're doing the shipping on the towel, which a couple bucks, throw in a sticker. It's not nothing. $4.99. You get your Robby Hoffman Consulting Group mug, which again, Zoom calls are not going anywhere. Even when we open up, we're back at the office. A lot will also still be on Zoom now that we know it's possible. You got your Robby Hoffman Consulting Group professional as fuck mug. Look at that mug. He just held it up, and I'm like, "What are you worth? $1 million?"
Absolutely. Well, now I am.
We're giving him opportunities. Look at this. This is a man employed. This person is the right dude for the job.
Mhm.
Wow, that towel. I can't believe how big and effective the towel was. You killed it with the design. Can you walk us through a little bit?
Thank you.
How did you do like that design? Did it just come to you right away? Originally, you had Jocelyn something else.
Yeah, I initially had Jocelyn's, like the silhouette of Jocelyn's head to try to match the birds more on the McGill one.
Mm.
Because, yeah, the McGill was the big inspiration.
Yeah, these are the birds.
And then here's this.
If Bryson could put us both, it'd be excellent, but he simply can't. There we go.
There we go.
So we have the birds. Okay, and that is Jocelyn now, because fuck the birds. And the crown is the Magen David, star of David, which on Yom HaShoah, very important. And then their McGill book is our Torah scroll. How did you know to make it a Torah scroll?
So that was actually advice I got from Emily while I was working on it.
Emily, please reveal yourself. A hidden extra talent at no cost. Decided to do a Torah scroll. This is the depth. This is the attention to detail that you cannot find easily on the market. Emily, you knew to do a Torah scroll.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. He isn't Jewish. He doesn't know the things, but he likes the things.
Are you Jewish, Emily?
Yes.
Baruch Hashem. Would he convert for my congregation?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Okay, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we have a big congregation already. A lot of converts. A lot of I think I would have converted more people than most people ever do. The biggest rabbis in the world. I'm converting nonstop. Look at this. We're going to pack this out. Forget Justin Bieber's mega church. This mega synagogue is coming.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
going to have
Bieber
good
better
music.
watch out.
We're going to
Oh
have
my
good
God, right?
music. Okay?
We already have better merch.
Yeah.
You know?
We're fucking ready. You guys, shout out. Give it up in the comments for Forrest and Emily.
Oh. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Forrest. Guys, reminding you, all this merch is available. PlanetScum.live merch. This helps out Forrest, Emily, Bryson, Jess. Helps out everybody who works on this show. We got the towel for your summer. We got the sticker for your laptop. We got the mug for your Zoom meetings. And whatever's left of those sweatshirts, maybe 2 or 3 left. If you haven't gotten the vintage Dyke Vice sweatshirt, I really don't think there's almost any left. A couple of sizes, if they fit you, grab it. And that's really the end of it. Bryson, who do we have next on the line?
I feel it's important to acknowledge that this person has been in the queue for an hour, so they are solid as a rock. It's Lindsay from Portland.
Lindsay from Portland, thank you so much.
Hi, Robbie. How are you doing?
Not bad. How are you? Sorry about the long wait in the queue. You know, we got the queue system here. Bryson hasn't fixed it. I've asked him to put on some nice music for television show you guys could watch, but he has not been able. So it is what it is. How are you?
I am more than happy to wait for you.
Thank you so much. This is exactly what I want to hear.
I'm a little torn.
Yeah.
I'm
Go
so
ahead.
proud of you for going after your dreams and so happy for you. And I just, you've helped me personally so much. And I really appreciate the fact that even before I ever called in, I felt supported by you. And I was struggling for a long time to accept my sexuality and be liberated in it, and the show helped me so much, and Dot was a huge part of that as well.
Yeah.
This whole community you've created it's better than home for me because I come from a very broken place, and I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I'm sorry I'm blubbering like a baby, but
No,
it's just, you've done so much and helped my confidence grow and helped my ability to love myself grow. It's something I've always struggled with, and just thank you for everything.
Like, Lindsay, thank you. I mean, it means the world. We don't always get feedback and things that I do. You know, we put a lot, we don't always get to know how things is going, if I'm helping, if I'm contributing in a positive way. A lot of times they hear, oh, you're aggressive, you're this, you're like this, but I am who I am. And if it helps people, and if I'm honest, and yes, I am to the point, and I'm not able to follow, I didn't grow up with all the decorum that a lot of people have with the manners and stuff like that. I really learned that kind of on the way. And a lot of people growing up, or when I moved and I met real families who had like manners and stuff, it's just like, yeah, I didn't learn those manners. What did I learn? To have each other's back. What did I learn? That we're everything, that we just have, you know what I mean? That we don't judge, that not everything is perfect, but there's love. I didn't learn the right thing to say always or things like that. There's a lot of like decorum that happens in the secular world that I didn't necessarily always have. When you grow up poor, you don't always do those things. I might not always say, may you please. Okay, but I mean it. Sometimes they say just pass the salt. I don't mean it. Oh, fuck you, pass the salt. I just don't know to say, may you please pass the salt. I'm learning that stuff. But the extra stuff you get with me is the real heart. I'm right away there. You don't have to go through a lot to get to it. I'm here. What do I think? This is what I think. And I'm not going to sugarcoat. And I'm not going to whatever. I'm just going to tell you. And there's something to be valued in that. And you've made me see that. A lot of people would think an advice show for me is crazy. You're not politically correct. You're not this. You don't say things the right way always. People need Dr. Oz, and they need, whatever. People well-spoken in this way, in this particular way. But I'm just real speaking. And without the callers, I wouldn't be able to do that. And we wouldn't be able to see that a year later it fucking worked. And that people were sharing. And they came back and they shared more. It opened them up. We're having really vulnerable conversations with you especially. And we're through this journey now, a year later, where it's like we've had growth. Like it is in the sense that you read about growth. Like sometimes I read about these like big time terms. I'm like, I don't really know what it means, but I understand. I get it. I see it. This is the work. This is the growth. I'm like, what is the work? I'm always like, I don't really know. Like, it seems like something people are just saying online, like, because it's not like natural to me to think in these terms. I just think real, whatever. But now I'm seeing it. And this is what we're trying to talk about, but not always actually talking about. So, Lindsay, I thank you for sharing, for being open, bringing your family.
Robby, thank you. I love you.
I love you. Thank you, Lindsay. Shout out in the comments for Lindsay, who we've all learned from. Sometimes you share something and somebody who's too nervous to call in, somebody who's feeling lower than you are, is taking from that. And they get to learn from what you shared in our conversation. So it's like, not only did I help, you helped. That's why this only works together. This is a co-op. That's why, again, we are contributing to the show. You are investors.
Contribute.
In this co-op. PlanetScum.live. Let's break 1,000 tonight. 1,069. Okay, we're getting the merch because this did more than just that. Thank you, Lindsay, so much. Shout out to Lindsay.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Appreciate Stephen, Brandon, everybody who called in. Thank you, Lindsay, so much. Lindsay?
Oh, Lindsay hung up.
Lindsay hung up. Okay. Lindsay is married to Stephen Premel, right?
That she is. You want to talk to Stephen Premel?
I'd love to talk to Stephen Premel because I didn't want to. I wasn't sure if he was there.
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Stephen, I gotta thank you. Shout out to the fucking artwork, fan art that I had every single week. Fan art. Stephen Premel, who did our poster. Bryson, bring up. I'm going to be the best therapist. This is Stephen Premel's artwork at its finest.
I'm going to be the first therapist to tell you exactly what to do.
Is that fucking unreal? Is that not a billboard? Is that not a billboard? Put it up once more, Bryson.
I'm going to be the first therapist to tell you exactly what to do.
It's a fucking billboard.
I mean, hell yeah. I'm all kinds of on board. It was it's interesting the way that it started out. Planet Scum, kind of like how you started out showing up on one episode of with Gethard on Planet Scum, and then literally helped launch it into a network by creating the first show outside of Gethard's show on Planet Scum.
They don't give me credit. They don't give me credit.
But everyone here knows how the story really unfolded.
Thank you.
But that was kind of the arc with my art was Planet Scum got me to start because I had graduated in animation, got to work in the VFX industry for about a year, and then the industry itself just went completely south. And ended up having to pivot a couple of times and pretty much just gave up on art. Well, I was just done. Wasn't going to ever do it anymore.
Fucking crazy.
And then Planet Scum got me to pick it back up. And then Dyke Vice gave me some incredible inspiration very early on. And that's what led to being able to do everything that I've done for the show, right? I mean, the entire Planet Scum tarot deck, as befits the Planet Scum story, started with your card.
Wow. So I'm the card. Are we going to issue this card? Bryson, do we have a rollout of merch for this card? When are we going to do a deck of these cards where I'm the Joker or something?
I tried Steven knows I tried looking into producing the tarot deck in full.
Yep.
It has not come to fruition, sadly.
Oh, why can't we do a regular deck of cards where I'm the Joker or I'm the King?
That would be incredible. But like so many other people have already said tonight, I just wanted to thank you for continuing to come back and do your show. You've literally given us an entire year of absolute magic. And like in my experience at least, all of the best things, they have to come to an end. But that's what makes them so magical and so sweet, is you had this little window of time where you had something wonderful. And now when you think back on this in the future, when anyone in this community thinks back, yes.
Sorry, Steven.
Was I not speaking clearly?
It went robotic for a little bit.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No,
I'm probably talking too close to my microphone.
No, you're good.
Okay. But we've all got this slice of our lives now where during the darkest year for a lot of people, we've got this slice of wonderful that will always be a positive and magical memory for each and every one of us. And it's in large part to the community that you fostered here. And it's because you kept coming back, we kept coming back. And you've given us like a perfect memory, something that everyone can enjoy and appreciate for what it was while they had it.
And I never wanted, like, you hit on something so big, like with my project, with what I'm working on now, it's like, I didn't want to dilute this. I don't want to, I want to like follow, like, like some people, they do a project, they run it to the ground until it's finished. And I'm not, I'm not throwing anybody under the bus here, Catherine. I'm not trying to, whatever it is. But I wanted to really leave on our positive note. We were here through the thick of it. As things lighten up, it just made sense. We did something special, like you said, together. And it was perfect for a time and a moment that we needed each other, and this worked. And I was here for you guys, and you can call in and flood the queue. And God knows you learned how to do it finally. And it just feels like you've let me go, okay, these people are okay now. It makes me feel like, okay, I can focus, this on this opportunity now. I don't have to feel guilty that,
Absolutely.
I'm leaving this thing, to do something better. That's what I should feel, but I do feel like we've been through it. We've talked to so many of you. We've able to get you from one place to another, to a better place. And I feel good knowing that. And it just felt right. And you're such a big part of that.
Yeah.
And I've seen you from when you talked, and we have a similar background with this religious and all this stuff, and I've just seen you excel, and your art is so phenomenal. We've promoted art on this channel before. Your art is so phenomenal. To get to share it with any more people has just been an honor of mine. Bryson, is any way we could bring up the cards, art? Stephen, if you could send me, what I would love is if you DM me or you tagged me in every single art of me you did. I'm going to share them all tomorrow again. I'm going to share them this week.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I want everyone from the beginning. If you
do you
have
want me to DM them or just re-tag you in them?
Yeah, re-tag me in them. If you want to do stories, that's the easiest thing. I will reshare them. I do think it would be nice to have a little montage. Check the stories tomorrow on Instagram. Montage of Steven's artwork.
That's so sweet. Thank you.
Everybody check out his art. I mean, you're phenomenal. You guys are the best. The Premels, iconic.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. And
Yeah,
I think as with I've taken the opportunity on the other occasions where I've called in, I'm currently at the bottom of a depressive cycle.
Right.
And that's all right, right? I mean, that's what happens. They're cycles.
Yeah.
But I think what really helps me, what helps me remember that things are going to be good again, is like I've done in the past, to just remind everyone else how precious, how amazing, how beautiful, and how loved each and every one of you are. Especially on this space. Definitely over the past year on Thursdays, because of what you provided, Robby, and we're all so proud and excited for you to be able to pick back up, right? Because the creative industry has suffered some of the worst shutdowns because of the pandemic. Venues are closing, opportunities have dried up, and the fact that you're able to start taking advantage of what's starting to open up is so incredible to see. It should be a reminder to us all to take advantage of the opportunities in front of us and not be afraid to change or alter or grow, because the only direction is forward.
And for us growing up in these years, I grew up with 9/11 and the crash, the market crash, and another one. Then we got Trump, then we got COVID. We're always having to pivot. It sucks for those of us who don't, I never thought I like change. I don't like change, but I just do it. Steven, you're fucking amazing. Incredible. All the comments are popping off. Guys, give it up for Steven Premel. Thank you for calling.
Thank you so much.
I love you so much. Thank you. Guys, we're ready to take another call.
All right, we have Overreactor from Louisiana calling in.
Overreactor! How are you?
I love you so much. I love you.
Can we believe this is ending? Is this Miss Sugar?
Well, you know what? It's every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.
This is it. This is it.
But you know what? Like, and that's okay. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like anytime a show closes, if you've been working on a show for 2 months and it closes and everyone's sad, but
Close.
then
It's too
boom,
long. You're
a
gonna
new
run
show
to the
happens.
ground.
Yeah, and so it's you know, and what you've learned and what we've all learned here is going to stay with us forever. And you know, there may be aspects that we come back to and make a bigger project based on something we learned. Like, yeah, there's no sadness right now at all. This is joyful. Not that, I mean, there's going to be a void in all of our hearts, of course, but this is a joyful moment.
This is it. Overreactor, you've shared so much with us. Thank you for being a caller. Thank you for showing people to call. You know that people haven't been wanting to with you.
Oh, but I hope that helps people and be inspired to call.
Yes, and by the way, if you have something to ask on the call tonight, you can also ask.
Oh, I do.
Please.
Oh, I do.
Please.
I have a like. I have been
Here for
saving this
you.
one up. I'm like, maybe one day I'll ask. Maybe one day. But okay. Leading up to it, I have a couple. Have a comment. My own advice regarding wigs. A compliment to you, and then my advice that I need from you.
I'm in. Let's do it.
All right. One, in the call queue, it's actually really great that there's not music because I was able to hear the previous callers.
Nice.
So I felt like I was able to keep up with that. So that was great. Yeah. So that was nice. Two, I'm a cisgender woman and I wear wigs because I chopped all of my hair off during the pandemic in a fit of anxiety, like shaved it. I did a Britney Spears. Like I did the whole thing.
Right.
And then I was like, so now it's grown out about 2 inches. And I'm still a little too self-conscious to be in public because I've always had long hair. And so I did get some wigs, and I found that if I wear a little bandana, like, you know, like they do in the 50s with a little bow on the top, tied at the top, it like helps hide like the sides of my hair that are starting to come out of the wig now that it's growing out. So for, I think her name was Alice that called in.
Yes,
I just
yes.
want to say that could be a fun tip with the bandana on top of a wig, and nobody notices.
No.
Nobody says anything. And
no, you're the only one who
It
knows.
doesn't matter because I like, yeah, and I love the way I look, so it's fine. Okay, here's my compliment to you, Robby. Like, it was
That's my favorite
maybe,
part.
I don't know if it was my first or second time I called in. I like asked about organization. You referred to me Marie Kondo. And I still have a lot of work to do, but I have to tell you, since then, I completely not renovated, but changed the layout of my entire house. I got rid of basically all of my living room and dining room furniture, made mirrors of my own, built a ballet bar out of PVC pipe, and turned my entire living room den into like my own ballet studio because that's what I wanted. And I didn't know that I needed a place to do at least 3 grand jetés in a row.
You
know, and I
got
didn't
to.
have the space, and I now have this
Girl has
space.
got to.
And so even though my house basically looks like an artist studio, it's what I knew in my heart that I wanted that I didn't know until you gave me that advice. And I still have a lot of work to do, but it's like I feel so much happier now that I've created the space that I truly want, even though it's not typical. It's not what a living room should look like.
No, you needed the
And I'll
space,
share
and it's space. I like having like empty, like embrace. Not every space has to have a million things in it. If you guys learn from me, embrace open space, blank space, space for space.
Oh
is
my
so
God.
important.
I'm going to find a way to tweet the before and after pictures
Please.
of it to you because like truly like it every day, if I'm able to do ballet, like it just sets my day. It's like the perfect day every day when I start doing ballet. Well, that was a lot of rhyming.
I love that. Look at this. We have a haiku. A perfect day every day to do ballet. Okay, guys?
So I just want to thank
Overreactor.
you for that. Like,
I want to thank you for calling in, being vulnerable, sharing all this throughout the year. Again, just another story of the growth that we've seen through the call.
And I do have a really big advice. Is there enough time for me to ask you the big advice?
Yes.
Okay. I've been a teacher. This is my 10th year teaching. I never intended to be a teacher. I like it. It's fun. I love teaching, but it's never been my intention. But I took this job because, you know, my kids were in school and when I started teaching, I had 12 years until both of them were graduated. And now I'm 2 years away from my youngest graduating high school. My son's already in college. And so, like, I've always in my mind, like, okay, I have 5 years left at, and now I'm like at the 2 years left, and I want to quit this job, but it's the way I pay my bills. Now, what I want to do to follow my dreams is I make, like, I have a lathe and I make pens and chess pieces, and like I do like lots of artwork and paintings. Like, I just want to like sell my art and do my shit. And I love teaching, and I can like teach classes for fun, but not in a public school system. And I have 2 years. I mean, of course, I'll do it. I don't want to, whatever, but I feel like I've followed my plan. I've paid off like almost all of my debt besides my mortgage. And, you know, and I feel like in the next 2 years, I kind of am a little lost because I know that I would like to quit my job within the next 2 years, but I don't know like what steps to take now that it's so close. It's not just like a fantasy anymore. It's like so close to a reality. So what advice do you have for me on that?
I think you have to do both. Okay. Don't quit one to do the other immediately. Okay. It's like when I was in audit, when I was doing accounting, I started doing stand-up in the evenings. Okay. Now, nobody liked me at this company because it was like, if you're a new auditor and especially when you're an intern and then you're a junior and you're in early stages of doing this as a career, you're supposed to be there 20 hours a week. Everybody's living for the company, sucking up to everybody who's important. Okay.
Right.
And I'm going, actually, I have to leave by 8.
Right.
I have a show. Okay. I made, I took those types of risks. I moonlighted, as we say, and moonlighting has gone out. There's no reason moonlighting should go out. Moonlight. You don't have to have, the good news is you don't have to know all the steps. You have this job for this 2 years.
Okay.
Fucking figure it out with moonlighting, whether you're putting it on Etsy, whether you start a Patreon. I don't know Patreon. Figure it out. I don't know Etsy. Figure it out. That's what moonlighting is. You start slowly but surely. Maybe post something online. Maybe you go to a flea market. I don't know what it is. You have to learn it. I didn't know anything about how stand-up works, but I had a job, and then I was moonlighting. I figured it out. Oh, I signed up for this open mic.
And did you give yourself like a timeline of like?
No, you just do it, and you see how good it's going. If you're loving it, you're going to continue to do it. If you're not, you're naturally not going to. Okay. Now you have to give yourself a period of not loving it. Oh, this is harder. This is very logistical right now. This is how do I even get to the thing? Okay. But if you have a little break, a little win, and you love it, you'll know that you're keeping into it. Moonlight for these 2 years. It's a perfect amount of time to moonlight if you're asking for time frame. I'd say 2 years is great.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. We're bringing back moonlight on this show.
That gives me that passion.
Yes.
Yeah, because
do something, throw it up there.
But you would be like, I thought you were going to be like, quit the job, pursue the art. But no that advice is like, no, keep the job, keep the security.
No, keep the job. I never say quit the job. I keep the security. When you come from where I come from, we're not quitting the job. We're keeping the job, and we're working twice as hard. Okay, we're taking extra hours because that's it. You're not born that kid. Yeah. That's it. You have to embrace that. You have to know you don't get to quit the job. Okay, because else? What? Nothing else was happening. Then everything's over.
No.
So you unfortunately have a slightly harder position, and I say slightly harder because it's not valuable for you to wallow in the hardness of it, even though we all do, and I'm victim of it many times myself. But it's just do it. We don't get to cry for that long. Okay, cry a little bit, and then we're moving, Okay, do a little bit of your art, whether it's fine arts, if it's dancing, if it's whatever. Figure out how to get the thing online. Figure out new things. These are long-term gains. Okay, I'm on YouTube now. Okay, God forbid you guys should subscribe to me on YouTube and get me 1,000 subscribers. Okay. But it's a long gig. It's a long gig, YouTube. I'm not going to have 1 million tomorrow. I got to be on YouTube, figure out YouTube, and figure it out. And you guys are slowly but surely subscribing and telling people. People are watching this and they're going, wow. So figure those things out.
5 of my YouTube accounts.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I will look for that tomorrow. But that's what I'm saying. You're going to figure it out, small things.
Yeah. Thank you. It's not nothing. You're right.
Overreactor. I got faith in you. You're moonlighting for 2 years and you're making this happen. You're transitioning. Give yourself the time to transition. Overreactor, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for calling throughout the year. I appreciate you. We will take a couple more callers. Before then, I want to bring on the guy who makes this possible, and I mean that technically in every way, shape, or form. Bryson. Bryson.
Oh, hey, Robby.
We're bringing on somebody who makes this possible in every way, shape, or form. We got Jess.
Jess doesn't have. There we go.
We got Jess and Bryson. I wanted Jess to be here because I wanted her to be witness to my thank you to you, Bryson.
Oh, okay.
Which is my dream for you, which is to be set up with a nice Jewish girl.
Mm-hmm.
I have a specific girl in mind. Her name is Natalie. Shout out in the comments if you remember Natalie. If you think Natalie would just be an amazing fit. I was telling Bryson about this. Matchmaking from where I come from is something to be revered. This is an amazing opportunity for most people. It's big in my culture. Matchmaking it can be taken pretty seriously. Okay, it's not something to laugh at. This isn't Tinder. This is somebody knowing people and saying, I feel there's a connection there. I know this person, I know this person. The problem with Tinder and some of these online matchmaking, first of all, they work great. Okay? Where they don't work great is some people don't know how to define themselves. It's very hard to know how to, in a profile, know who you are. You're wrong a lot because you're not seeing how you're perceived. You think you're a way that you're not. So it's not an accurate depiction. Okay? You're giving photos. Bryson, maybe he's in those old outfits before we changed his whole life.
Yep.
That's not accurate. Now you dress way better. It's just not fair. It's just not fair.
I got a picture with a dog.
Is somebody trying to date a dog or you?
Bryson, you don't own a dog. That's somebody else's dog.
It's not even your dog.
It's a good dog.
You're stealing a dog?
All right. Point taken.
Really crazy. And you heard what happened to Lady Gaga's dogs. People are stealing dogs. It's really like a scary thing. Bryson, I don't know whose dog it was, but let's just go over that. But basically, it's like a matchmaker is somebody who comes in going, I know this person. I know this person. These people are in my network. So I just, I want you to be open. I want you to be available to the opportunities of love.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. That's what I want for you. That's my thank you to you, Bryson.
Well, thank you, Robby.
And my thank you to Jess is promoting her to Bryson's job.
Oh. What?
Great.
I don't know if I have the power to do it or the ability.
I could close up
And
shop.
of course, this is the last show.
I would love that.
Thank you. So now you are Co-Bryson.
I don't even know what to say.
Co-Bryson. Give it up for Jess in the comments, Co-Bryson.
This is a situation. I thought I was being relieved of my duties.
No, you still have to do
okay.
everything. But now the things you don't know how to do, I'm sure Jess could figure out in 2 seconds like she always had. Like video callers and there's like a lot that we had to work on.
And now Bryson will have to give me the credit for those things instead of taking it.
Exactly, because he silences women, which I know this is supposed to be our thank you to Bryson, but the silencing women takes away from me. It just does. It just does. It leaves a sour taste. What can I say?
I needed this after Lindsay Premel's call.
Yeah. Bryson.
Yeah.
Will you consider love?
I will consider love, Robby. Anything for you.
Thank you. Bryson, I just wanted to thank you. This is as sincere as I'm trying to be. Thank you for doing everything you do. I don't understand it quite. I tried to figure out and screen share. I see Post-its, I see screens, I see lights, I see a mic. I'm not quite sure how the queue or any of this stuff works, and I don't know the website. And you didn't help me much with YouTube, but I do want to thank you for everything that you have done for me. Do you have anything to say to me?
I absolutely want to thank you, Robby. You mentioned earlier, and the chat has rightfully pointed out that you were, after we had started doing Gethard's Wednesday show, you were the first show that we added on after that, and it was a Brave New World that we were doing.
And who suggested it be a network and it be this whole big thing that you could take on other shows? Me.
Yeah.
Yes, it was me. And you can ask Ether. I said you should start branching out and doing these other shows.
Yeah.
Believe you me. Okay, you want to silence women, go ahead. But we all know what happened.
No, doing your show has been a true privilege, and even tonight's episode just really hits that home. And it's been an honor to just hang out with you on a weekly basis, Robby. So I'm gonna miss that part.
I kind of love you.
I kind of love you too.
And I appreciate it. Jess, you have my whole heart. And thank you. As soon as Jess showed up, I knew everything would be okay. I can't even explain it.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you. Thank you.
You want to take our last two callers?
Yes, let's take a couple calls. Wait, hold the floor. I'm going to pee.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go pee. I'll move you there. Jess, did I do an all right job thanking her in reciprocation?
I mean, I think so. I don't think it was good enough for Robby.
Oh,
I think you could have, been a little bit more gracious and grateful.
I thought I was being gracious. Okay.
I mean, for the Bryson version of it, I think it was good.
People were asking our favorite moments from the show. I'll say one of my favorite things to do was to do recording sessions with Robby for the voicemail. That was one of my favorite things to do.
I'd say my favorite moments from the show is every time Robby catches herself in a lie.
Oh, yeah.
When that little smirk comes across her face, it's my favorite moment of every show.
Off of that, I will say probably my favorite thing that's ever happened on this show is earlier tonight when she acknowledged that she's lied about the merch lack of availability.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably my favorite moment of the show ever.
Yeah. The little smirk. Yeah.
Yeah.
That smirk is it's my favorite. I'm going to miss that because Robby doesn't often, when you let Robby talk long enough.
What happened there?
Finish that statement, Jess.
All of your problems get solved.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's true. I do help him. And people just, as you know, are only like, they have to want the help. They have to take the help. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You've needed no help.
The Natalie thing. I mean, I think that this is a good idea.
I think Natalie and him could be great. I just don't think he's like he thinks he deserves less or something. I don't know.
I mean, I've become a hermit in a pandemic, so that's part of the problem as well.
But Natalie could bring you out and have a good time and have, bring out your manliness in a way I don't want to talk about. Okay. Bryson, can you give me another caller?
Yeah. Do you want us here or are we?
No.
Yes. Okay, great.
Okay. Thank you guys for everything that you do. I appreciate it.
Here we go. We've got an anonymous caller.
Anonymous.
Oh gosh, that's me. Hi, Robby.
Hi, how are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you. And thank you for just the community you've created, all the advice you've given. And I've been sitting on this question for a while, so I'm glad we have this last night for me to finally ask it.
Please.
Calling for advice about my boss.
Yes.
And my job. She is a super intense person. She's got a lot of ideas running all the time. She has a lot of big dreams for my role, the company, and has really put too much on my plate. And then a few months back hired her sister without telling anybody.
Ugh.
And they hype each other up. And they've created more work for everybody on the team. And their relationship is also very hostile. So now she's aggressive and asking for too much. And now her sister's asking for too much. And so my role is marketing and event planning. And it really needs to be two different jobs done by two different people. And so I'm trying to figure out a tactful way to have that conversation with her without it sounding like I just can't do the job or that she needs to find someone else to do it.
I think there's a great way to do this.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Did you finish?
Yep. Yeah.
Right? But tell me if you haven't finished. Don't let my aggression scare you. If there's anything you know from this
I
show.
was just going to keep going.
No, I think there's a
No,
great.
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You have to finish now.
I know. I was just going to say I don't want to talk myself out of my own job, but I really want to come in confident and let her know.
Come
that
in.
her
Say
acts
there's
are
such an easy solution to this. We have grown. We have grown. You're doing fantastic. What we do here, our operation has grown. We're doing better than ever. And as such, my job is now 2 jobs. At the beginning, we had smaller response, we could juggle everything within one job. Now there's so much work to do in either that we could use more support. That's it. With a compliment, you fix this. With a real compliment, the truth is it has grown. You do need a different job. You can't be doing both these jobs. Okay, this is what the definition of codependent is. Codependent is relying on somebody and the outcome of it is negative. That's what codependent means. People joke, oh, I'm codependent. But I was watching 1,000-Pound Sisters on TLC when I was back in Georgia quarantining with my girls' family. And they had this on the television. And these 2 girls on this TLC show were codependent, meaning they relied on each other extensively, but it had a negative outcome to their lives. Okay, that's what your 2 jobs have right now. Okay, trying to do both of them hurts both of them. So you let your boss know we have grown. As such, I think I'm better suited to take on this hat, and we need to find somebody for this hat. I'm happy to be a part of that process. I'll find somebody I think I can train and work with until they can fly on their own. Simple as that. Doesn't hurt anybody's feelings. Your boss is thrilled, and you've taken initiative.
Should I also address the sort of toxic relationship with her sister, or just pick my battles?
No, you have to pick. You have to do this first, make sure it works out, and then address that when you have more power. Okay, when you have more power. And when this goes well and you're doing well, you can ask for a raise. Say, obviously, I've run with the growth of this company. Now we have 2 full positions. We're all going full steam ahead. I've been doing more work. So when you have power, you address the sister dynamic. Say, hey, I want to keep it professional here. Couch everything in professional talk, okay? Obviously, the boss and her sister going crazy at work is not helpful for everyone. But you're not going to say that. What you're going to say is, obviously, I want to keep this operation moving, growing professionally. I think some of the personal interactions could be had at home, not to leave anybody feeling left out. There's a lot of new people here who don't know the dynamic. I obviously, respect the relationship you guys have. But when we're at work, we kind of all have to operate as if we're at work. That's it.
Yeah.
Couch everything. That's my advice to you. Couch it, couch it, couch it. Cushion.
Amazing. And then hopefully the conversation about the 2 roles will take care of my kind of bigger fear, because she does want her sister to become my boss for one of my departments. But if I can separate the 2 roles,
yes,
and have the other department go to someone else.
Yeah,
That
say
really
you want the other department. Say I'm better suited for this department. I'm happy to help you do something like this, and I'd love to bridge the gap between this new person and your sister, whoever that person is, so that they can find a great working relationship. Because I do think it'd be a big help to your sister. Mascot is helping the company, helping this person.
And helping the sister. She'll love that, supporting her sister.
Of course. What's not to love? Anonymous, a great call. A great call. Very helpful for everybody listening. Thank you for calling in, Anonymous. Before we take our last ever call here on Robby Hoffman Consulting Group, where we have helped you from everything. We're getting job advice, getting that promotion, maintaining good work relationships, negotiating medical bills, negotiating rent, dating advice, getting you laid in a pandemic, fashion advice, making you look good for your online fucking profiles, pet advice, getting you pets so you're less lonesome, interior home advice, making your space work for you in a pandemic, I will remind you all, this was not a free show. This is not a pay what you can show. This was the pay the most that you can show. You're contributing at planetscum.live. We're breaking 1,000 tonight. This helps Bryson. God knows he needs it. Jess, Forrest, and everybody involved. We are supporting even more so the merch. This is the last of the merch. We have now the Robby Hoffman Consulting Group towel for the summer. Get it now while supplies last, and I mean that. Okay, if you're running on a budget, you can't afford a lot, but you love the show and want to support it, you can get our sticker now available. Perfect for a laptop, perfect for a car, perfect for your fridge. It's not nothing, perfect for your bathroom mirror when you need inspo in the morning. Zoom calls are going nowhere anytime fast. We have the Robby Hoffman mug. Bryson, I'm not done with the merch before you take the poster. We got the Robby Hoffman business mug. You are closing deals. You're getting hired with this mug. There's no question. You've seen it work for everybody involved. planetscum.live/merch. When you're contributing to planetscum.live, you're doing the drop-down Robby Hoffman Consulting Group. So help me God, anybody who contributed tonight and didn't do the drop-down Robby Hoffman Consulting Group, you're contributing again that it's the exact amount with the Robby Hoffman Consulting Group. I don't need these contributions going to Gethard's pocket. What I need and what I don't need. Paying men? Are you kidding me? Over women? Queers? What we're doing here? The cover letter episode. Can you bring that back, Rice? The cover letter episode link should be shown in high school orientation. Exactly. I'm helping you with your cover letters. We walk through a cover letter piece by piece. And it is on YouTube. I believe it is on YouTube. All of you, all I ask, and it's not been nothing, is the road to 10K to follow me on Instagram. It's to help blow up my YouTube channel, Robby Hoffman on YouTube. Look me up. You cannot miss me. Follow, like, subscribe, hit the bell, whatever the fuck you have to do. Tell 10 people in your lives. And I am Robby Hoffman on Twitter, where I continue to be consistent success. Bryson, without further ado, who is our last caller?
Our last caller is Lizzie from Toledo.
Lizzie from Toledo. Welcome to Robby
Hi,
Hoffman
Robby.
Consulting Group. How can I help you?
Thank you. Can you hear me?
I can.
Wonderful. I just wanted to call to say, thank you, and we'll see you later. Let me just remind you who I am, if you don't mind. So
please.
I've called in a couple of times. Back in the fall, the first time I called was right after Sarah Weiss, and I felt very inspired because I also have chronic back problems, and I was really struggling with taking time off work for it. So I asked you about that, and you made me feel way better about that. And then one time you were doing, I think, living room tours.
Yeah.
And so my husband Tim and I called in and showed you our living room and our kitty cat. And it was such a lovely, warm, and cozy episode, and I really loved that. I just wanted to echo what other people have been saying about, this safe space that you've created for us. It's something that you've helped me with is, it's really hard for me to, carve space for myself and ask for help and things like that. But you helped me with that. And near the end of last year, I finally got my diagnosis for my back, and they told me I needed surgery to fix it.
Right.
And I was really scared to make that call and to do that. And so I called you, the day before I was going to, committed to myself, I was going to call and make that choice. Yeah. And what I really remembered about that is I was feeling scared. I was feeling skeptical. I just didn't know. But I wanted to do it. And, I think most people were telling me it's going to be fine. It's going to be great. And, you said you can be scared. You can be skeptical and do it anyway,
Yeah.
And that was just really helpful to me for you to say, it's okay to feel kind of weird about it. You can make that choice still. So I just really appreciated that. And I wanted to say thanks. And that was a Dot call. So shout out to Dot, who also had some super solid,
Pocket Dyke, solid.
supportive advice. Yeah. So, and everybody in this community was super helpful too. And gassing me up and asking if I'd made the call. And
right.
Since I had my surgery on March 1st, I'm about 6 weeks out, and everybody's been real supportive and checking in on me too. And it's just,
how you feeling
that you created. So
how you feeling?
it's been a journey, as they
Yeah,
say.
recovery's hard.
I'm feeling it. It was hard. It was, harder than I could have imagined, but I couldn't really imagine it. So, but I've been in a lot of pain, and it's been scary and hard, and it's been frustrating to be immobile. But the moment I woke up from my surgery, despite excruciating pain, I could feel that my spine was right.
Ugh,
And
worked.
it was such a moment. The first time I stood up, my posture's different. I'm an inch
Oh
taller.
my God.
It's wild.
Oh my
Yeah,
God. Yeah, your
so
long-term quality of living is just going to be you get through the
yeah,
storm before it's like light again. That's fucking amazing.
yeah,
to
I
hear.
feel like I've got a second chance, and I think this show has been that for a lot of people, and so I just wanted to remind you of that impact you've had for me and the community has had for me, and I just want to give you a compliment, and that I think your advice is good because you are you're a great listener, and you're fair and impartial and have a really open mind, and don't stick to any sort of script, which I really appreciate. And I think another thing that you do for people is you're super authentic, and you are so deeply yourself that it really gives other people the space and permission to do that too, and to really love themselves. So I just really appreciate you, and I hope you know the impact that you've had on all of us. And we're going to miss you, but we're real proud of you, and we will be following you.
Wow, Lizzie, thank you so much. I mean, guys, give it up for Lindsay, the greatest last call we could ever ask for. We helped with surgery. Lindsay is on the road to recovery to a better standard of life. Do you know what that means? That changed her life. We've helped with surgery.
It's true.
Like this is
I
unreal.
really
And
appreciate all of you.
thank you, Lizzie. Shout out for Lizzie in the comments. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Shout out right now to Lizzie. Thank you, Lizzie, for calling in and for thanking me.
Love you, Robby. Love everybody. in
Thank
the
you.
chat.
Love you. And good luck with the rest of your recovery. I can't wait to see you on the other side of the congregation. Give it up for Lizzie, guys. Thank you, Lizzie. Okay, guys? Surgery. And Lizzie saw me. You guys see me. Okay, you don't know if people see you. You're just doing you. I just want to be me. The more me I am, the more comfortable I am. And people are seeing me and enjoying me for me. That's what we call validating. We don't talk about that a lot on this show because we just do. We don't talk, we do. The show is about doing. We're not popping off online about all kinds of things. We're talking about the things. And we're doing them. Guys, I want to thank you so much. I'm not good with the big emotional necessarily, even though we've been on so many emotional journeys. I don't do it typical. I think you all know how much you mean to me and what the show has been in the pandemic, a consistent outlet for me week after week. Hearing your stories has inspired me and helped me. Help me. There's so many things in your calls that I saw a problem that I had, and talking it through helped me. This wasn't altruistic. We helped each other. You helped me help you. Yes, I probably helped you a little bit more. And that's why you're contributing at PlanetScum.live, and we're breaking 1,000 tonight. Drop down Robby Hoffman Consulting Group. But you have helped me. I thank each and every one of you. I expect you all to follow me and bring 10 more people with you and with everything I do. It's going to be big things, and I'm going to need you guys on board. I'm going to need my soldiers out there on the front lines promoting this work, promoting this gospel. Or follow me on everything Robby Hoffman on Instagram. I am Robby Hoffman on Twitter. For nudes, Robby Hoffman on Instagram. And most importantly right now too, Robby Hoffman on YouTube. Whether I upload a video now or in a year from now, you're following, you're ready, you're waiting, you're supporting. I want to thank everybody here from the bottom of my heart. I have been Robby Hoffman, greatest host of all time, here on this godforsaken network of the Robby Hoffman Consulting Group show. I'll see you when I see you. Thanks, guys.
I'm going to be the first therapist to tell you exactly what to do.